Okay, we have the Zoom going and it should be recording. Recording. Sorry for the delay. I called tonight's meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order. We have a couple of payroll checks to sign. The check that I didn't see when I printed these was Kyle's,
Yeah, I noticed that too.
which is probably because I don't think there was clarity on the timing for making, we in a public select board meeting did not change the structure of the transfer station and how it reports.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I think there was confusion if Kyle and Adam thought that Kyle was reporting to the select board. We, as a select board meeting in public, have not made that restructuring. So I think, I don't know what Kyle did with his timesheet. I didn't see any timesheets there in the window. They were supposed to be there.
Well, if there was one there, then what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
So,
but we have an obligation to pay Kyle for his hours.
yes, we do, yeah, and also it was moved and seconded on what we discussed in there to follow through with what we were doing. Was that meeting sealed?
Yes,
Yeah, so we
but
can't.
any restructuring needs to be done in public. We have not done anything, so we can talk about that when we get to it today. An intent to cut. You're going to sign up?
I didn't see the place on it.
Yeah, on.
Yeah. Did a second, right?
We have the meeting minutes from January 19th. Can you let me know if we have anybody else who wants to join the meeting on there? I'm not always watching it.
Oh.
Can you just, if somebody,
Where will that pop up?
Is that at the top or?
yeah, right now there's just the one participant, but I think they pop up and I have to add them to the
Okay.
meeting. So if you could just help me keep an eye on that, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from January 19th. We have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
abstain.
And I only had the draft, so we could always re-sign one that's not a draft when Jeanette gets back. Work session number 1 from January 19th. Did you fill out a time sheet this week?
Yes, I did.
And what did you do with it?
I haven't turned it in yet. Nobody's been in the office. I'll turn it in tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just, because Jeanette will be back in on Thursday. I
Okay,
printed checks and I was looking for yours. I didn't see yours.
right. Yeah, I'm filling out. I don't go through Adam anymore, so.
Well, we as a select board haven't just in a public session talked about the structure of the transfer station. That needs to be a decision in a public session.
Okay, well, Adam gave me the timesheets to fill out.
Okay, I think there was a confusion. I think
Okay,
we acted premature last meeting without going through the steps that are required. So I,
You've got someone to
Yeah.
with.
thank you. I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the non-public session number 1 from January 19th.
That's a nay on that, because there's things that need to be in there.
Do we have a second?
Not nay too.
We'll second it for discussion,
Yeah,
but
but
So what needs to be in there?
it
'Cause I-
can't, that's in non-public, we can't do it here, sorry.
We have the non-public session number 2 from January 19th. I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the non-public session number 2 from January 19th.
second it for a discussion, but gonna nay it.
There is, things that needs to be put in there as well.
What, that,
That's gotta be discussed in there.
okay, for the, transfer station, I know we're talking about some restructuring. And having a manager position. I got an example of a manager position description. And then from that, I used quite a bit of the language. I drafted one that we could use.
These 3 different ones, Jovel.
So one is I used as an example, I just gave it to you, then I've got one that I drafted using the law, I plagiarized from it, to be honest. But I tried to tried to get so that we could have something to discuss here.
I got mine almost done and I will take this and compare it to what I got and bring it back in for the next meeting.
Because you were going to do a letter,
Yeah.
not letter of offer to make.
What's that?
You were basically going to do a letter of offer or a letter of engagement, correct?
Yeah, for the job summary, yeah.
Okay. So then we won't act on this now.
I'm gonna have to act on it next week because I didn't get it finished back now.
Okay,
And I will compare this with what I got and we'll go from there.
okay.
What are these other three? They just,
This is just, I went to look for an example of one rather than starting from scratch.
right,
So I'm just giving you, I did make some changes to it, but it's just an example of another one that's out there for the town of Freedom.
that's ready for next meeting.
Okay. I also wanted to clarify a couple of things. In October, we had signed the sheet to officially give Kyle a raise. It didn't go on the first two paychecks. As soon as Kyle told Jeanette it wasn't on there, she worked with the payroll staff. They didn't catch the change, even though she'd highlighted it. And we have, it's for separation of duty, we have the bookkeeping actually do the payroll. So as soon as she found out, she worked with him and he got a retroactive pay in November.
Yes, I did.
So that was all taken care of. So he got his pay effective, I think it was October 27th. Whatever that day was. Your
I didn't
retro
get
pay
the
went back.
retroactive pay until November.
I'm sorry?
I didn't get the retroactive,
Yes, you did.
yeah, but not until November, not in October.
Right, but as soon as it was known, as soon as you came and
Yeah.
told Jeanette that you hadn't.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
She
not
she gave you a
disputing that,
retroactive
yeah,
pay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got the pay,
yes, I did.
effective
Yep.
is right.
Yep.
And the other thing that was, I looked back on the salary history. And Kyle, I believe, was hired in January of 2019 at $15.50 an hour. In July of 2021, he got a raise to $16.50. December of 2022, he got another raise up to $18 an hour. That was when he was also additional laborer for the highway department.
Yeah.
And then he got the raise last fall in October, the end of October, for $19 an hour. So he has been getting raises since he's been employed. Are the recycled materials going to Bethlehem to NCES?
They are, right now, they're going, the cardboard, the mixed paper and the plastics are going in with the blue bags.
I'm sorry, my hearing is not very good. Can you speak up or come
Yes.
up here? I can.
Right now, the cardboard, the mixed paper and the plastics are going in with the blue bags.
Why are they going there and not being recycled?
Because it costs $175 a ton to truck them over to Casella for them to handle them and recycle them. And if we put them in with the blue bags, it's $55 a ton.
So the 175 per ton is the recycling fee?
Yes,
Because I thought it was 55 according to our agreement.
when would you make that agreement with?
Last year when we went from Carberry to Bethlehem.
Yeah, that's for the blue bags and for the C&D.
I don't know if I have.
That was temporary because the forklift was down. He had to get the forklift
Right,
fixed.
forklift is down. I got the new starter this afternoon. I'll put it in tomorrow.
So you've got the forklift is up now and you'll,
It's not running yet. No,
Okay.
I will put it together tomorrow
okay.
when I go in.
I don't think I have a copy of that agreement with me tonight. Is for acceptable waste, which is municipal solid waste and construction and demo debris. So I would think the recycling would fall under that.
Well, it does. It's going right in with it.
I just. Be better for recycled than going.
Well,
to the
no, I
landfill.
agree completely, but. I mean, from a cost standpoint.
And so they do it by ton, I mean. It's, a lot of that doesn't weigh very much compared to other waste, like the plastic doesn't weigh very much.
Right. Yeah, but it's weighed by the ton. That's how they charge. They have to have their employees sort it. Cause it's a zero sort thing.
We had a compactor with.
Hmm?
We could make money off it. And the cardboard.
And sell it ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing though. I don't know if we generate enough of that. To make it worth. Putting in a compactor.
So I think we really need to look at the big picture and look what we do with our recycling. I know we talked before about getting a committee together to help. I mean, if Kyle could look into options for where can we send it? What would the cost be?
Right.
How much would it pay? Can you get that information for us?
Yeah, I talked to Mark Morgan over at Casella and he said $175 a ton for the recycling.
Okay, but that's one place. What about if we send it directly to a recycling place? And this might be where we should work with other towns.
Well,
And
we
combine
have
our
in the past,
resources.
Lancaster and Littleton, neither one of which will take our stuff.
Well, Littleton changed their mind. Lancaster can't because her permit doesn't allow it. So, but why couldn't we work with other towns and then we might have to work with DES and see if we're gonna have a manager for the transfer station. I think that's the type of work we need to have done,
Right.
is have somebody who will go out and really look into options. You know, what can we do? How can we work with other towns? Because, there are a couple of other small towns that were using Littleton that are in the same boat. I think it was Monroe
Monroe.
and was it Lyman maybe? For Land Up, I don't remember.
I think they use Lisbon's,
Okay,
yeah,
is Lisbon an option?
it's further to truck it.
Yeah, but if you're talking about $175 a ton,
I can look into it.
yeah, well, that's what I think we need is data on what are our options.
I did some, I went to Lancaster and sat with Rusty for quite a while and talked with them. And I know that we don't generate a lot,
Mhm.
but if we compacted this stuff, he says, like the cardboard, he said you store it in a trailer. And he says, I get $2,400 for trailer of cardboard. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it's
Right.
still revenue for the town. And he said that plastic is the moneymaker. You sort that out. And he said, you get a load of that, and it generates a lot of revenue. And excuse me.
And is that, what type of a truck is that?
What's that
Truckload.
again?
What type of a truckload
Oh,
is that?
It'll be a track trailer box, or I don't know how long, I'd have to check more into that, but
Yeah,
you just store it there until you get enough of them. And you got the name of the companies, you
mhm.
call them up, they come and they pick it up, they write you a check, and everybody's happy.
See, that's the type of thing I
Well-
would like us to look into.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
exactly.
And I know the town's looked into this before, and the reason we don't have that stuff is just wasn't cost effective. I don't
We
know. how
haven't
many
looked
years
into
ago-
it since I've been on the select board.
No, I know, and they haven't looked into it since I've been working out there,
So
so it's been a while.
I think we should, and
Yeah.
Lancaster certainly is a good resource
Mm-hmm.
since they're doing it.
And
Paul.
the can's gonna be sold as well.
Excuse me?
The aluminum cans can be
Compacted.
compacted and sold as well.
110511 Simons Road. Tom, do you know, because that's a great suggestion. Does it have to be baled? Or can we
Yeah.
put it in the containers that we use?
No, you
It
gotta compact.
has to be baled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the cost comes in.
No, the worst part about that is if it's three-phase, I don't know what it costs to hook up three-phase. I don't know if it runs off in three-phase or 220,
Yeah,
but the Lancaster's best one. He said, because that goes all the way down, he said that one there you can pick up for 9,000, which wasn't really that bad,
no,
because by the time 1 year would pay for it,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. no, I figured it had to be baled, and so I just wanted to, that was
Yeah.
rolling my question
Yeah.
around.
Oh, they won't take it if you don't bail it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, it's just,
So if you bail it, put it away, oh, they love it, they'll come and buy it right up.
Yeah.
So you're saying a compactor would be about $9,000, but we might have to have some wiring done.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to have wiring to run it, yeah, absolutely.
And then I don't have a visual of what a compactor looks like. Where at the transfer station would it go?
Well,
well,
that's the
that's
thing,
another
we'd
thing,
have,
you're gonna have to add on to the building or build a completely different building.
well, I don't know, I'm not sure, how high is those ceilings in there?
It's high.
They're not, yeah, they're high enough for the compactor.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all, as long as you get that piece of equipment inside the door in that corner,
Mhm.
you got it made, then you can pack it up, store it in the back, you can store it,
Yeah, well, storage will be another thing that you're only gonna fit a few bales in there.
yeah, but I'm saying that, and this is just my opinion, I'm just, when you start compacting, you compact cardboard and you have, I don't know how much it compacts, but let's
Mhm.
just say,
A lot.
so you got 6 boxes,
Yeah,
compacts to 1 box. So
right.
so you save all that space there,
No, yeah, I agree.
so, and if it ends up being an issue, then we'll have to get a box trailer so that you can put them inside there to store it.
Which
So-
we had talked about
Yeah.
anyway. How big are when we compacted, are they uniform size bales?
Yeah,
I'm thinking big bale. I'm kind of sort of visualizing them, but
I'm looking at that, I think it's roughly the same size as your Gaylords, maybe,
They're bigger than that. They're probably about the size of 2 Gaylords.
on height wise.
Not height, I mean, they're probably about as high as this table. And maybe almost as long.
yeah, I think that's,
Yeah, I don't know, I'd have to look at it again,
I mean, that's what I'd really like to do is see what we can do.
it's revenue to the town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Mandy?
Amanda Devino, 511 Simons, just a quick Google search here. It looks like there's 3 possible grant programs. One, New Hampshire the Beautiful grants, USDA Solid Waste Management grants, and the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services for compactors to reduce trash going into landfills. So something to look at.
If
That'd
it's
be-
cut
that'd
about
be
the
great.
boxes, you don't have to cut them down, just throw them in there, let the machine do the work.
Right.
I think that would be great. So Kyle, if you could come back with some data for us and
Okay.
look into the grants. I know Jeanette's been looking into the scale,
Mhm.
but if you could get the information for these grants and bring that to her and to the board and get some idea of, Lancaster's a good starting place for where we can sell the
Mhm.
recyclables.
I went up there this morning, but nobody was there, so,
Yeah,
Usually catch them Monday morning if you can.
yeah, I called
Was it
Chris.
there?
No, he wasn't there, gate was locked.
okay.
Rusty's a good one to talk to.
Yeah.
So this is a good start. I mean, I think this is what we need to be looking into is really
I agree.
looking at what we can do and instead of paying $175 a ton to have it,
Right.
yeah. Or
Well, that's-
$55 a ton to put it in the landfill, which,
There is another way of, we'd have to look into how to set it up, because I am not familiar with it. But, trash compactor for the blue bags,
Mhm.
because if we, and Rusty was telling me, he says. Grafton changes their route quite a bit because they're afraid something's gonna happen. He said they're just a piston. He said if the piston don't work, you just go have that repacked and it's ready to go again. And the amount of the garbage is the same thing. You can get that much more and save on the trucking.
Yeah,
So again, there's another savings for the town.
that would be great. I think the issue may be that it might be a 3-phase power and we don't have that at the transfer station.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I did
that's
that.
the other
Yeah,
piece
you
we'll
have to
need is
come all the
one,
way from French Road over.
I'm sorry, say again?
You'd have to come from as far away as the end of French Road, over by the gravel pit,
For power?
for, yeah, 3-phase power.
Why is that?
Cause that's as far as it goes on that road.
I don't understand 3-phase, so I don't like, I never worked with it.
Oh, we should get confirmation of that, because,
Mhm.
I mean, aren't dryers in houses 3-phase?
No,
No, that's.
No.
220.
That's 220? Oh, 220 instead of 120, okay.
I'm gonna check in to see if they make them that runs off in 220. I don't understand why, because I did see some things online where they said that you can convert 3-phase to 220 and it would still work, but how, I don't know.
using a
Never-
phase converter, I don't know if that would be cheaper than running actual 3-phase power.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to get an electrician that's smart enough to know that stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm. And the other thing is, if we work with other towns, we can't take other towns' trash without a permit.
right,
But if we could coordinate with them so that the people picking it up could make a
Mhm.
run at the same time, then that might, save us time or
right.
make it more worthwhile for companies.
Now, the thing I'm wondering is, if plastic is such a big moneymaker, why did Littleton stop taking their stuff? And if cardboard is
Yeah,
such a big.
all I know with Littleton is what I read in the paper, and I
Yeah.
think they were looking, I think their issue was more demo material coming from outside of Littleton.
But we
and they
never,
wanted to
we
control
never
that.
took demo material to Littleton.
I know we didn't,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying from contractors, and so they were tightening it up. I think we should still
That
try
has
to talk
nothing
with,
to-
we
that
tried,
has nothing
Jeanette
to
tried
do
to
with
talk to
recycling.
Littleton and they wouldn't set up a meeting or return our calls or anything.
Because just before they stopped taking our stuff, I know they were having a hard time getting rid of the plastic. So I asked them if they were gonna start charging us to bring the plastic.
Mhm.
Do they bail it?
Yeah, they bail it.
According to Rusty, but they must, I don't know. Talk to Rusty about it.
Yeah, I will. I'll talk.
Yeah, and try to reach out to Littleton too and see
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a short-term plan. I don't know what their long-term plan is.
Mhm.
Okay. So lots to do on the transfer station.
While we're on the transfer station, I would like to make a motion that we have, start having stickers for town residents. I guess I can on that for discussion.
I'll second it.
I was checking and I talked with Littleton and they get $5 a sticker and they're good for 2 years.
Mhm.
They expire every 2 years, so they have to renew. Then they have the town of Dalton and the expiration date. And again, that cuts back non-residents sneaking in there and getting rid of rubbish. And not only that, it brings, and again, some revenue for the transfer station to run.
So I guess I'm really neutral on this. I feel like we've got so many other things to work on first before we do something like that, because then who's gonna monitor to make sure people have stickers? And is it really a problem? I mean, if somebody's buying our bags and we get, I don't know, 10 people using our transfer station who live in Gilman or Whitefield, but they're paying for our bags, is it a big enough issue that we want to go to stickers? And maybe we do, I just don't know. I mean, there's a cost.
To Littleton, yes, they have saved a lot since they did the stickers. And it cut down on the amount of loads that went out and
Do you think that we have a lot of people from out of town using the transfer
I
station?
do, since they started selling bags at the top of the hill store. Cause anybody can buy those bags.
and I-
Right,
I think that should be brought back in-house. The bags, they should be sold there.
want to make it more convenient for residents to be able to get their,
It's
Bags?
not that much further. They can either buy them here or buy them at the transfer station.
Yeah.
If they go on the transfer station anyways, it's Kyle's.
well,
got
but then
it.
they have to have cash.
No,
No.
I don't need
Check.
cash at the
Yeah,
transfer.
Not allowed.
I mean, not cash, you've got to have a check.
You gotta have a check or a money order, yeah.
Right, but you can't pay it with a credit card or
No.
cash.
Hmm.
So if people, don't usually use their checks around town, then it's not
Well, they're just gonna
convenient.
have to work it out.
Most people are used to it, I mean, everybody knows if you buy.
Well, but I'm just saying, I find it inconvenient
Mhm.
because I rarely write checks anymore.
I find it inconvenient to be paying higher taxes when I don't have to, for somebody else. Because it does add up, I mean, it's
I've seen a big increase,
enough.
a big increase.
We're too low.
Wait a
on
minute,
the
we've
bank.
got two conversations going on and with my hearing, I need one person at a time, please. Tom?
Just lost my thought. Sorry.
Yeah, I've seen a big increase since they started selling the bags up there.
Okay,
Usually this time of year, it slows down. But. Not
Oh,
this year.
That was the other thing when I was talking to Rusty. He asked him what we were charging for the bags, and I told him, he says, man, no wonder you guys are all. He said they're at $25 for the large, and I forgot what it was for the little. Some towns are charging $40 for a roll, which is, I think that's kind of heavy.
I think that's what Littleton's charging.
Yeah.
yeah,
but-
so, well, Littleton, when I went out a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't get the information because it was like protected. They were rebuilding their website. It might have changed since then, but I did a comparison. And unfortunately, I tried to get it on the computer so that I could share the screen, but I was not able to. So I did a comparison in January of charges. And for the bags, Lancaster's at 26. Theirs went up recently. Whitefield is 17, which is what we're charging. Littleton, I don't know because it wasn't on their site. Franconia, which is a tri-town one, was 50. So we're in line with Whitefield. For the small ones, Lancaster's 15 and we're at 11, Whitefield's at 12. So I think that's a fair thing. Do we want to go up on our bags? I mean, it's another expense for our residents.
Yeah. Do you think the bag that we're selling now is covering the cost of everything going on?
I don't know, I don't have that information.
So we usually subsidize the transfer station by about 30 or 40,000 a year, if I remember correctly. Pam?
And Catherine, 231 Harriman Road, Dome. If you just sold the bags at the store, you need to validate that they're adult.
That's right.
I said, if you are going to continue selling bags at the top of the head store, you need to have them validate who's a resident, who's not. And selling all those extra bags, that does increase the cost you pay because it's tonnage.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's wise for the town to sell to the outside public. Because there's no way we can make enough off the bags to cover the extra tonnage.
And that means I just don't have that analysis. I know Littleton sells their bags at the stores, grocery stores. Chris,
Well,
could you announce?
I'm sorry, Chris Ennis, 541 Simons Road. Pam makes a good point there, but if you can only buy bags from the town, then why are the stickers necessary? I get what you're saying, but then why do we need stickers if it's only being sold by the town? The town could then
Mhm.
make sure that they're selling to
Mhm.
town members.
Yeah, I know in the past, we used to have stickers. But the town did away with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I first moved here, I got them, but nobody ever.
I think they moved it, I think they did away with them when they went to the bags, is my recollection. I think these are all good ideas. I think right now we just need to get things stabilized and then look at what we want to do going forward. I think for right now, do we want to increase the price of the bags? You know, that's something we could implement right away.
Yeah, I would suggest increasing the price.
So right now,
I'd
we
go
have
that.
$17.11. Whitefield is at 17 and 12, Lancaster's at 26 and 15.50.
Even at 23, if we went to 23.
Okay. Paul?
110511 Simons. So the only point I would make in the discussion about increasing price of bags, not that I agree or disagree, is that the thought process right now is what we are spending on trash, we need to increase the price. If we are spending more on trash because we're taking others' trash, then I actually think the first thing you need is a control point. Control point either being a sticker, or you have to validate that you're a town resident
Mhm.
in order to buy the bags. So for me, I would suggest we try to find the control point first. Then I would also determine as a town, where do we want to be for trash cost?
Mhm.
Are we looking to be net neutral? Are we looking to subsidize it by $30,000-$40,000 a year? Where do we want to be? What's that gap?
Mhm.
How many bags of trash does it take to offset that gap? And then that helps you determine a price rather than coming up with a random price.
Good
Just
point, I like that.
Yeah.
my 2 cents on it.
Well, that's where I think this is.
It needs more
study.
analysis.
It needs more
It needs
analysis.
just a little bit more
and
analysis.
we're
Not a
kind of
lot,
jumping the
but maybe a
gun,
little
but
bit.
Well, I'd like to add to that, though, we want to make sure we don't make the bags too expensive, because I get stuff just dumped on my property. I mean, I'm talking about bags, just thrown on my property, and now I don't know that we can ever stop that, because people who are gonna do that might do that, but if it gets too expensive for them to be buying the bags, then you're gonna see that more and more.
Bags are an extension of tax.
yeah,
It's really what they are.
Yes,
it
yes,
is.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you're one way or another, you're paying it. We could make the transfer station free and your taxes are
Yeah.
gonna go up, or we can make the bags really expensive and your taxes come down a little bit.
And I'd really like to have a committee that would help look into this, and if Kyle looks into it too, and figure out what we need to do and how we want to do it, but that's not an immediate solution. I mean, if we got stickers, again, the question is, with one person at the transfer station, who's gonna be monitoring the stickers?
Well, it may be hard at first, but it will catch on. I think we do need a monitoring point, and I think I'm sticking with the stickers. That should be done. As far as going up on the bags, that's a good point. We need to be able to see, even if we went up a buck a piece on each one,
Mhm.
that helps on that part. And but I believe that we should have the stickers and if Top of the Hill is going to sell, then he needs the card to show that they're residents, otherwise they do not get them.
And I think we should go out and see if you do that. I mean, are we doing that at the transfer station when somebody buys bags?
Yeah, I mean, they gotta pay with a check, so you just look at their address and you can tell if they're a Dalton resident.
Unless they have a PO box in Whitefield,
Or it's a second home.
which
They
is
still
still
pay
in
taxes.
Dalton.
They're still paying taxes.
taxes, so.
So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor for stickers? Aye.
I'm gonna say nay, just because I think it's premature. I think we need to look at this in a big picture. I mean, with the stickers, we don't know the cost of getting them. You know, what if people have two cars and there are just lots of logistical. So we want a hang tag versus a sticker. I mean,
It's a residence deal. If they get two cars and they want to use them, then that's their deal. We can't say no because it inconveniences somebody. So.
Pam?
Kyle, you got the address on that?
Yeah, I do.
If I remember right there, I was talking to Littleton, I think it was like 30 cents a sticker or something like that. And so $5 for 2 years is not that bad, and the honest person is not going to come in out of I mean, there's still gonna be it'll be a little hard, but it's gonna help.
Pam?
Thank you, Pam Catherine, to put it on Harriman Road. I think whatever you use, if you do go the way of the sticker, something needs to be pretty permanent, because if you just have something that hangs on your visor, your mirror, those get handed out randomly.
He showed me, and they're little 2x2 or 2.5 by 2.5. They clear with it says expiration date, Dalton, New Hampshire.
So then how are you going to implement this? I mean, there's gotta be notification to people, a time frame, a consistent place that they're put on cars, all of those details. How are you going to?
We can Jeanette can put a notice out. We could you could put a notice out at the transfer
I
station.
know we used to get them when we registered our vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One in the left.
Right, but
By floor.
It's not gonna get done. Like in 1 week, it's gonna take some time.
okay, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
There's a time period. I mean, we can let
Yes.
people know
Big
that
one,
it's
but
gonna
you
be.
Get it done. But you can put a sign out that stickers are required.
Mhm.
You can pick them up or you can pick them up here or at the transfer.
Hmm.
So,
And like sending a flyer out, this would be a residence
Yeah.
cost.
yeah,
You know, that'd be probably about $600-700. We could do that. I mean, or we could not do it. I mean, that's what I'm saying about.
everybody goes to
implementation.
the transfer station probably every week. And with the signs up, they're gonna they'll get the notice will get out. I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue.
Okay, I don't tend to look at the board when I go, but maybe other
Well.
people do. I'm just saying, I just wanna get,
I hear
you know,
you.
and I don't go that often. What are you talking about in terms of the timing for implementing it?
I think, what do you think, 30 days
At least.
to,
I would say after town meeting.
You're gonna have a lot of residents coming back in the spring. That
Yeah.
aren't here in the winter time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chris,
Well, okay, so I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm sorry, is there
So,
another?
so we're gonna have to buy stickers, but then we're also going to have to prove that we're residents when we're buying the bags. Is this right?
Well, that's where I think we need to.
So we're doing
We need,
double.
I really would
no, you
not, Not that they're bad ideas.
They already know that you're a
So then
resident.
you don't, so then we don't have to worry about the top of the hill selling it. That's other people's problems if they
Well,
buy.
the top of the hill's gonna have to, because he doesn't know the people. They're gonna still have to,
Well, if. But why would they, I mean, that's their problem, actually.
no, it's a town's problem,
Why is it a town's problem if,
because they
They're
will
not-
end up going to non-resident people.
but
It's
they're
just
not,
a minor
going-
detail.
they're not going to be allowed to dump the bags, because they're not gonna have a sticker.
Why would you buy bags if you weren't allowed to dump it?
Exactly.
You make that mistake once.
You make that mistake once, exactly. Why are we checking and checking and checking and checking? Because I know you're not gonna have the time on Saturday morning.
No, when it gets busy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's I don't see you checking everybody's sticker. You might be able to
Yeah,
grab some people.
The stickers, there's a reason you did away, I guess. I don't know, that was before I was here, so.
Like I said, it's gonna take some time, and you're not gonna be able to see everyone backing up there, and when they pull up,
Mm.
you'll be able to, you'll have one specific point where they put it. And then if they continue with none, say, well, you can't dump here unless you have a sticker.
Mm.
But I got,
I mean,
I
I
understand
think-
what you're saying now.
I mean, I think there are lots of good ideas here, but it seems like we need to step back before we actually move forward, because maybe we talk to the store and see if they would be willing to check and see if they're Dalton residents. If they're not, then maybe we don't sell the bags there, and then we've already got that control point. We
Yeah.
don't need
I,
stickers.
I personally think you should just sell them at the town office and at the transfer station. That way you've got control. over it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
so what about having, a committee to look into these things and look at the pros and cons before we make a decision?
No, I think we got a pretty good handle on it. And
Okay.
I'm helping with it. I'm good. I go and talk to Littleton. I've been down there to talk with Rusty. And I'm gonna continue because I like what's going on here.
Okay, so right now, we've said we're gonna go ahead with stickers, and now we just said, no, we won't sell bags at the store, so we've got different things going on here.
What's the big deal? You sell them here or at the transfer station. You're just eliminating one point. That's,
But we just said that if we control the bags and don't sell them at the country store, so they're only sold to residents, then we don't need the sticker, so that's where we've got too many things going around here instead of a cohesive plan.
there's nothing confused about it. It's very simple.
Well, there's also the opportunity to merge with another town. There's a lot of things that could be done.
Right, I mean, merging with another town is a bigger,
But I guess
Thing.
I'm sorry, Tom, I got why you were talking about the stickers, but I don't see the redundancy of the stickers and the bags and for somebody who buys bags that are from not in our area, they don't have a sticker to get in, that's really their problem. So I just see it's a redundancy on what we're asking our town employees to do. And then selling the stickers and the time that takes and everything. I mean, it's one or the other is how I
We
see
never
it.
bought stickers before.
I think you just got them when you registered.
When
your-
you-
Yeah, when you register your vehicle, that's when you got your.
Yeah.
Right, but I just don't understand the redundancy, but I mean. I can afford the $5. I hope that other people can too. And then I hope that our employees. Or the people who are working there can actually, I hope it helps. I just hope it helps. Sorry.
I mean, that's my question is if you're in doing stuff with,
I'm
Recycling,
gonna
you're
tell
not
you
gonna
right
see-
now, I'm not gonna be able to check every vehicle.
that's why I wonder if stickers are.
No, and it will take time.
Yeah.
It's all gonna take time. There's gonna be those. And I will, part of the reason for this too is I've been doing pulling the numbers together on what was being spent from the transfer station to go to Casella.
Mhm.
And I noticed at the beginning of it, it went for like, I'm just throwing hypothetical numbers out because I haven't got my paper with me, but $1,200 for this month. The next month it was $2,000, then $2,500, then it went down to $1,700. You know, so that tells me that people were packing in there. That does make sense for it to fluctuate that much in a
Chris-
short period of time.
I think it will with seasonal houses and just, but Pam?
Wouldn't it just make sense to eliminate the top of the hill? From even dealing with the bags and just do transfer and town building? You've got your controls.
Well, that's what I.
Well, that's what we were
There you
thinking,
go.
is not having both, and it just seems like it'd be good to look at the implications of both and then come back and make this decision instead of. I mean, maybe the store would be willing to check if they're residents or not. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know without
They
asking.
might charge you for beer, they might not.
So do you think it would be better to cut the price of $25 on the big bag and eliminate the stickers? So that way there's enough revenue to cover the cost and eliminate the top of the hill and have it done here and then transfer of the bags only.
That's one scenario. I think we've talked about a lot, so what I would really like to do is. Get a group together to hash these out, look, to actually do the analysis of the cost impact, and then make a decision. You know, take a little bit of time so we make a good decision instead of making something that, oh, that's really not gonna work well, and then we have to regroup. Paul?
Well, Devin Alpha, live in Simons, you could stair step the decisions. So you could pull effective immediately the bags from the top of the hill.
Yeah.
If we're really that concerned that there's that much trash coming from out of town, the immediate answer is you pull from the top of the hill while you figure out the end result. Right? So now you've stemmed the tide while you come up with the proper solution. So just a thought that you don't have to create an all-encompassing decision tonight, but you could take an action
Mhm.
that would have an immediate impact.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
Pull the bags from the store.
yeah. Or ask if he wants to check to see if people are residents. And let him have that option. I mean, I'm just thinking we wanna,
I wouldn't even give them.
you know,
That option.
Yeah.
I can't even-
It's asking a lot of a vendor. Really.
excuse me,
It's asking a lot of the guy that's selling.
and he could say no. And then we'll just
Yeah,
not
take your
pull the
vote.
bags back and then, but at least we're giving him a chance. If it brings people in the store and helps his business, that's what I'm,
He's got a good business anyway, that's not.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Right.
hurt him.
okay.
So if we're doing
So-
that, I think we need to up the price on the bags as well.
Okay, so
First motion to stop the. top
are we
of the-
looking at like going from $17 to $20 a bag?
I think we should at least
What was this about due diligence and everything? Shouldn't we know how much it costs before we just sit there and come up with some random number for what we're gonna put the bags on? How much we're gonna charge for the bags? I mean, just saying, well, let's just charge this much more. Where's the analysis? I mean, I thought that was why this all kind of started too.
Have you been here for the budget?
Yeah, I have.
Well, did you notice on the budget that it's saying that it's costing us, what'd you say, an additional $10,000?
All right, so,
So I'm going on the administrator telling us,
but then go one further. So then how much do we need to charge for the bags? You're sitting there trying to make a decision tonight when you're saying you can look at the budget. So look at the budget. And make an educated decision. Stop pulling things from up in the air. And if you decide you.
don't tell me I'm pulling things from the air, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just suggest you make the decision tonight to start. By stopping the bag sales at the top of the hill. That's a control point, then you can figure out what the cost
That would
is,
say
and you
it
wanna
should be
do
in
that.
there.
Let me say that.
There's a lot more than here tonight.
exactly.
But you're right, okay, I rescind my motion on the stickers.
Okay, and do you second that rescind? All in favor of rescinding the sticker motion? Aye, okay.
So would you like me to pull the bags from the store?
yes,
Okay.
Then we need a motion.
I make a motion that Kyle pulls the bags from the top of the hill store.
I'll second it.
Does he pay?
I
for
think
those?
that Jeanette has one who's been working with the store, that she should talk to them and coordinate with them. You can-
No, I think, why can he do that? Jeanette don't have to do everything, I think he's capable.
Okay,
Does the store buy them?
Has the store already bought them?
I don't know.
we'll need the inventory on that. Cause
Yeah.
that's something that Jeanette's been
The
keeping
town
track
pay,
of,
that's
so
why.
that'll be your responsibility now.
Chris has a good point. Did they buy them?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
I
but
don't
know that for
remember,
sure.
that's a good point. I don't remember whether they bought them up front. I think they did. I think so.
I think it's a possibility. So,
Well, I'll ask them.
Yeah,
And then they can sell
Yeah.
what's left in their inventory.
yeah,
You want me to let them sell what's left?
well, if they bought them, they're gonna, yeah, we got.
Otherwise, we'd have to reimburse them. I think it'd be
That
easier
would
to
be
just let them
not-
sell what's in their inventory.
All right, so I'll find out what they have for an inventory.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
So Tom, you made that motion?
Yeah, I did.
Eric, did you second it?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna say no, just because I would rather have a more comprehensive look at things and instead of doing things, what it feels to me to be piecemeal. Okay. Anything else from the transfer station?
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
Now, do you want me to continue putting the cardboard, paper and plastics in with the blue bags? It doesn't make sense to stockpile it if I can't get rid of it.
Well, you're gonna find out if you have options to get rid of them.
Right.
So if you
But it's
find
not gonna happen
options,
overnight.
then,
Yeah.
and you've got the storage,
Right.
otherwise I don't think we have a choice, but,
Right. I agree.
okay.
Okay.
And you're gonna look into a compactor too and the electrical power.
We'll look
from it.
into that. First, I need to find out what it's gonna cost to run all this stuff. As far as getting the right electricity over there.
Yeah,
So.
the cost of compactors and the, what's available for selling things. Okay. Let me know if somebody else wants to get in to the
Just
meeting.
let
You know, I just let somebody in and I don't see who it was. Ron provided me his equipment needs, and I did the same thing I did with the highway department. So the first page is a summary of the equipment and when we're looking, the life and when we're looking at replacement. And the cost is really an estimate. So he's got engine one, which you got in 2009, so we're looking at needing to replace it by 2033. Rescue 2 was purchased in 2025. It's got about a 20-year life, so that's 2034. Rescue 1 was 2022, but that's about 10 years. That's the one that gets a lot more use. So we're looking at 2032 for replacing that. Tanker 1 really needs to be replaced now. We're gonna try to get a grant for that. which would cover 95% of the cost. Utility one, it's under construction now. He's using budget funds of about $6,000, so that's currently being built and it's not coming out of the capital reserve fund. Then I did the same thing I did with the highway department. I did scenarios looking at what we put into the capital reserve every year. So right now, if we put $25,000 per year into the capital reserve, when it comes time to replace, we replace, okay, we've got the utility ones in progress now. If we get the new tanker, if it was grant funded, 5% of the cost would be about $25K, so we can handle that. But then when it goes down to, and then we could replace the Rescue One vehicle in 2032. But in 2033, when it comes time to replace the Engine One vehicle, we'd be looking at a $417,000 deficit in our capital reserve fund. Okay, that's the last page here, is the scenario if we put 25K. So if you look at the top, if you look at the last page. Okay, this is how much, if we put this into the capital reserve every year, we're looking at a deficit in 2033 of $417,000. If we do 55,000 per year. When we get down to 2033, we'd be looking at a $177,000 deficit. So, at that point, we need to have a discussion about going out for bond, for a loan. But at least we would be building up savings so that we wouldn't have to take out as big of a loan or a bond. I think this is something for the townspeople to decide on, to be able to vote on this at town meeting and look at the options.
That has to be on a warrant article, don't it?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Is it?
So sorry, go ahead, Dan.
Sorry.
So you're talking 95% on the grants.
Yes.
The town has to cut both of that money before they pay it, though, is that correct?
So the estimated cost, and Ron is still trying to get the cost, is $500,000.
Out of our pocket until,
500,000. If we get the grant, we'd be looking at 25,000.
but this, what I'm trying to ask you is, we gotta pay the 500,000 until the grant comes.
You're right, it would be a reimbursement. So we would have to look into the bond market for that, but it'd be temporary.
It's the same thing with the trucks. I understand everybody wants new. But the new trucks are, when they break down, the computer breaks down, you're not talking $5 or $10. You're talking $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to fix them. Even Adam said that a good secondhand one would be more than sufficient around here for $60,000, $80,000, $90,000, something he can work on if something happens.
So right now, we're talking about the fire equipment.
I know we have, but
Talk about highway separately. From what Ron said is, he really needs this really needs to be replaced. And I know he's looking at, one of the issues is the size, so it could fit into the building. Like he said at the last meeting, it has to be, customized. Paul?
3 quick questions. Is there a requirement as to when they have to be changed out? By state mandate or statute. I don't know. I'm just.
I don't
know
think, I
the
don't think that's
answer.
a
I just-
requirement. This is just kind of their
To change out.
end of life.
Yeah, right. So there's probably a standard at some point where they have to change out, and I don't know that. Two, when we're looking at the cost. Are we looking at the cost in the year in which we need to purchase it? So we factored inflation in. Cause if it's $500,000 today. In 2035, it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah.
Right, which
Yes.
means that our estimate's low of what we have to actually build in terms of reserve. And then three. Is there a value that we receive from somewhere for the old truck? Does that go somewhere? Do we get any value back for that?
What Ron said the last meeting was for these engines, there's no resale value.
You have to destroy them.
Yeah. it's
Well, with the
supposed to-
green,
To
you
get
do,
a
but he
specific
said
command.
even so, there's no market for them.
Yeah,
You can't get rid of them, so.
thank you.
So anyway, at our next meeting, we'll need to, finalize warrant articles, and this is for you to think about in terms of what we want to put forth. And will be a warrant article, so then I think the people in the town need to look at, do we want to start planning ahead for what we're gonna need to do for replacing vehicles? Rather than having to take out a huge loan at that time. That's a real question. It's not for me to answer, it's as a town, how do we want to do this? So think about what you want to recommend when we, I think we're meeting next week, right?
Yeah.
So we need to finalize the warrant articles, and
Well, I think even here, Ron, he went conservative on it,
I think so, yeah.
because like Littleton just spent a lot of money on theirs.
And his have to be customized so they'll fit in that building too. And I asked him the question of, is it cheaper to customize the truck or modify the building? And I didn't really get an answer, but that's the question that I have. And, we can ask Ron to come in and he can provide more detail, but he did go over this and, after I put it in this format, so we can look at it and look at projections. The other thing, Jeanette sent out the draft revenues. This is the same thing she sent out with another column for anticipated revenue. I'd feel better if you have questions, she'll be able to answer them better than I can. But the question is, are these what we want to anticipate for revenues, or do we want to modify any of these? So for example, for the pilot, it looks like the second half of 2025 will come in 2026. Plus a full year, so that's why it's so much more than 2025.
This is money that we received this year.
The column that says, year-to-date MRR report 12/25, 2025 is what we've received in 2025. The anticipated 2026 is our anticipated revenue, which we have to do as part of our budget. So the anticipated revenue is what we need to decide on. And again, we don't need to decide, we'll have another meeting before our budget hearing, so we can go over this again, but
Yeah,
this is so you can be thinking about it. And see if you have questions. Okay? And then the last meeting, we got the draft of what's we have so far for the annual report. I know we talked about for the dedication, we do like a general thing, and I think I neglected to print it out, so let me pull it up and I'll read it. Okay. Dalton 2025 annual report dedication. The town of Dalton mourns the loss of several longtime residents in 2025. These are individuals who gave back to the town and the community. They volunteered their time and energy to serve on town boards and committees and to hold elected offices. We are grateful for the many ways they work to improve our community, and we hereby recognize their significant contributions to our town. Is that okay for preamble?
good.
Any suggestions? I know you sent your dad's today.
Yes, is that all you're gonna do, is just say that? And in lieu of pictures and write-ups, is that what you're gonna put in there?
No, I thought we would have that and then have pictures and write-ups underneath.
Okay.
This is from Robin's dad.
Okay,
And on the bottom, she says she can get a
electronic.
electronic copy if you need it.
Okay,
Is that what you're gonna need?
but I think we want it more condensed, didn't we talk
Yeah.
about? So. Can
Yeah,
you-
but I'm not gonna scratch out her, what she, that's what the family feels like, and then I think, an extra page ain't gonna hurt nothing. Ain't gonna kill the town at this point.
Okay, so we've got. Yes,
Did you view the one I sent? Did you see the one I sent?
yes,
Okay, does that meet criteria? It's in black and white with a photo?
black and white photo and it's
Yes.
digital. When Jeanette starts putting it together, she'll reach out to you if she needs something different.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we will need the electronic picture
All right,
if you can, get that.
I know that.
Hmm?
How do you do that?
Oh, that's easy.
Like a picture on your phone? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
she's got it written on it. Did she give you a number to call on the bottom?
she gave it an email, so,
Yeah. So, if
Okay.
Jeanette emails that, I'll call her too, but
okay,
that way it gets done.
okay. Cause you were going to get,
My father,
Yeah.
not Julie's.
did you get them?
No.
Can you get them to Jeanette by Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, so she can, we also, we had a suggestion of, Joseph Orsech. I don't know him.
Oh.
And I don't think he's been a town officer. I couldn't tell from his obituary. So All these
What's
others
the
have
name?
served on town office. Orzech. Yeah. So I'm not, he's not like these other people who've been on town boards and. So are we okay with?
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a request to do it. I want to make sure we're. Okay. Did you look at the draft? In report, because I know I found some things, so I'm hoping you. If I missed things, you found things. Okay, oh, here is the written dedication, if it helps to write rather than me, I did print it out, I just neglected to make copies. So like on the back of the cover, I thought we should add that the select board meetings are available for Zoom viewing. And
That's good.
like the planning board meetings aren't remote anymore, and the occasional third Wednesday of the month was back when we were working on the master plan. So I don't think we need, I think we can take that off. I had a question on the death report, but that's for Jeanette as town clerk. And I had a couple of corrections on the town officers. Just the planning board needed to be updated. Did you find anything? Did you look at it and see if you found anything?
No, I didn't.
Okay, can you look at it
Yeah,
and let Jeanette know, or definitely bring it Tuesday, and you just read it carefully, because I mean, you know, like, especially the front and the back, because there can be errors in updating, so let's try to make sure it's as accurate as it can be. So were those the 4 people we're gonna do, or was there anybody else? I'm trying to remember from our last meeting.
I thought there was just 6, I took 2 of them.
I took two.
Okay, so you still got another one to do.
What's that?
You still have another one to do.
No, I just passed it in and Pam, she sent it to you,
Oh, okay, that was okay.
yeah.
And then I think Jeanette said she had information for Linda's, so there are 5, right?
Maybe it was 5, yeah.
Okay. Okay, do you have an update for the conservation commission meeting, Tom?
I went, and it was very quick and they're supposed to be voting next meeting on who's gonna be the new chair. And I think it's April 18th, they're planning on doing a road pickup, which depends on how much snow we have, I suppose. And I did mention to them that when they do a major pickup, that Casella will set a can to throw the stuff in with no cost. So that needs to be put down so that it doesn't happen like it did last year.
Okay, anything else?
That's all for now.
Okay. Mandy, did you have anything to add?
No, that was it.
Okay. And the planning board meets this Wednesday, so they haven't met since, and Paul, you want to give an update on the host community agreement committee?
Yeah, so we just met earlier today. It's a pretty quick meeting because we did it before the select board, but we approved meeting minutes from the prior 2 meetings. We submitted our annual report of activity. And then we discussed Casella's extension option. And so we continue to work forward with trying to build out an agreement that we can sit with Casella on. I know that one of the to share with the select board, one of the discussion points during that meeting was around the warrant article that formed the committee. So I thought I would share, I was able to find it. And the very first line of that warrant article reads as follows. It shall be the policy of the town of Dalton that the select board may not enter into any agreement with Granite State Landfill LLC, owned by Casella Waste Systems, Inc., or any subsidiaries or agents of Casella Waste Systems, Inc., unless, and then it goes on to talk about the formation of the committee, doing all of the negotiations and development of the agreement, and that the governing body, meaning the town folks, have to approve. So for clarity, I wanted to share that.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Can you send the revised article for the annual report to Jeanette?
Yeah, I will. When I send out my meeting minutes
Okay,
from tonight, I was gonna include that.
Okay,
When
good.
I
Thank
copy
you.
Jeanette. Yep.
okay, regarding truck replacement, we're still waiting on proposals from and estimates from Adam and Ron, so Jeanette can do those grant proposals. Do we have any other new business? Okay. Do we have any public comment?
Okay. Usually the positions that are open for election, official elections
For elections?
posted,
They were posted under notices.
who signed up?
Hmm?
Those that signed up to run for.
Who signed up? I checked on Friday, but not at the very end, so I don't know if it's complete, but I think for select board, there was Warren Green and Pam Captain, Carl Lindquist for planning board, Jay Ennis for moderator.
Library trustees.
Hmm?
Library trustees.
You are speaking low, I can't hear that.
Save my loud voice for work.
Hmm?
Usually there's a list, posted somewhere, a physical list.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it has to be for the town meeting and for elections. It just hasn't happened yet.
I asked about getting a list of people that had signed up, and I was told they could not. However, that is a public knowledge piece of paper.
It will be posted. I mean, it's not posted now. I mean, right now,
But the time is ticking. That's all I'm saying.
it just closed on Friday night afternoon at 5 o'clock. Hmm?
Should have had it out Friday night, but
Well, we don't.
I know, that's okay, I guess.
And I mean, it has to be posted with the warrant and all that. That's the requirement. If we post it earlier, then that's better. So, okay, any other public comment?
Chris Ennis, 541 Simons Road. I just wanted to make a comment about the select board meeting and trying to take a vote when they are not in a select board meeting. I'm pretty sure that that is illegal. And I don't think that there's anything to be done about it, but I'm just calling that education wise, that you have to be in a select board meeting for you guys to call a vote such as that. And for you to even be discussing calling a vote has to be in this meeting. And then the other thing is that we've gone over this a couple times as far as legal, and I have been to and watched all the select board meetings, and I didn't hear anything about you guys agreeing to talk to legal about the HCA. So I was just kind of surprised to hear that one of our select board members again went to legal without the vote of the select board.
Did you go to legal or are you going to go to legal?
I called them to talk to them about it.
So again, I mean, if we're spending money, then it should be a select.
Really waste a lot of money. We gotta look at the budget, what you guys been doing the past 3 years.
But you guys,
Excuse me, can you please clarify that?
No more comment.
I think Chris's point is well taken. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure.
okay. And then I would also like to say that when I come here as a resident and I speak to the board and somebody acts like I disrespect him, but I don't. I'm asking questions. And then this is the type thing to say, I'm sure. He's talked about me harassing him and things like that. And I would just like to see our select board members to be more serious about representing the people in this town and not thinking that we're against them. That's it.
thank you for your comment. Okay. Is there anything else? Did you want to modify the, do you have constructive suggestions for the meeting minutes, the non-public meeting minutes that you wouldn't approve?
Not public for personnel. It's about personnel, so.
Do we have a motion?
Make a motion, we're non-public for personnel.
I'm gonna say no, because I think the meeting minutes were complete. Okay, shall we go in the other room? Nobody told me that somebody else was in the waiting room. We are going to go into non-public. We're gonna go into the other room. I'm sorry if I haven't let people into the meeting. I've been trying to watch and run the meeting. Okay, I'm